We were having a hard time finding someplace for Maya. She can be a little bit more difficult sometimes, and just finding a family that was able to meet her needs wasn't having any success. And then when I contacted PACT, they linked us up and kind of did the initial, the family's ready to talk with you about fostering the dog. And then once we found out, just very relieved. We didn't have a lot of options left, and we're coming up, like I said, on the deployment pretty quickly.
So how far did you guys drive to drop Maya off?
About 14 hours, so all the way from Tennessee.
We are the Furcos. I'm Bob. This is Diane. Our son Nick has Down syndrome, and my mother lives with us. And I think Maya sensed that there was a difference in him, and she knew there was a difference in him. Mm-hmm. And
she's very patient with him.
She's very patient, very loving. We had a shepherd. She was with us for 13 years, and when we had to put her down, it was kind of like a loss in the family. Mm-hmm. We didn't really want to get a dog right away, so we thought, well, let's try this. I mean, being ex-military myself, mm-hmm. I mean, I know what it is like to be away from home and miss family and friends, and you know.
It's nice to know they don't forget, and it's obvious that she's had a really good last 9 months, and she's very well taken care of, and it's just a good feeling to come back and have her jump all over you. We can't thank them enough for being willing to take on what at the beginning seemed like a very daunting animal, you know, but I think she showed why we've kept her. She does have a very loving side, and we can't thank them enough for being willing to take her for 9 months. And for PACT, if we wouldn't have had you guys to link us together, I don't know, she definitely wouldn't have been the happy dog when we came back. I know she was very stressed out, and we're very grateful to everything that PACT did for us. Just being very active and helping us out and outreaching to both to us and to the foster families to make sure that there was a good home lined up for her while we were gone.
For more information, go to our website at pactforanimals.org or call us at 610-581-4141. Please help us with our mission of saving the lives of beloved family pets by donating or volunteering today. Your pets are priceless. Don't lose them in a crisis.
Hi, my name is Joy Warner. This is Petunia. I also have another cat, Herbie, and I contacted PACT because I was getting ready to deploy to Afghanistan, and I didn't have anyone to watch my cats for me, and they found a wonderful home with Cindy, and she took really good care of them. Now I'm back. Hi, Joy. Herbie. So I just want to say thank you very much to PACT, because without you I don't know what I would have done, and thanks for taking such good care of me.
Tracy. I grew up in Aston, PA, Delaware County. Back in December, I had to go away. I had to go to a rehab. I abused drugs and alcohol for the majority of my life. My aunt found out about you guys, which gave my mom a phone call. And then from there, we found Mimi, who was willing to take Charlie in while I went away. And ever since that day, you guys would help me out. I got to go away and get the treatment that I needed. And it's now June 3rd, I guess, and everything's been going very well, and today is the day that I get to pick up my dog. What's up, Stinks? Come here. You happy?
Oh, Mimi McWilliams. Retired, so I'm around all the time for a dog, but I don't want to commit to 16 years. My friends Patrice and Max Smith have had a pack dog, and so looked into it for myself because it would be wonderful to have a dog without having him for 16 years. There weren't any dogs right away, and then Charlie came in. It was very fast. I saw the application that he had filled out, Justin and his mother, and I think within a day they brought him over. And they brought the crate and the food and the toys and the treats. Very caring about their dog. And it has been wonderful. He was a great treat for me this last winter, which was not nice. So while I like being alone in a snow-covered house, it just went on a little too long. So I was real pleased to have Charlie.
Honestly, what can't you say about that? You mean the organization has done nothing but great things. At this moment in time, I am unemployed. If I could, I would give them every paycheck every week for what they've done for me and my family. They will be getting a large donation from the Tracy family once I get back on my feet. And knowing that I'm getting my son back, you know what I mean, means a great deal. I wish more people would find out about PACT, because it was not an easy. No, I never heard of it before. I mean, it's not like the SPCA where everyone's heard of it. I wish we could get their name out more. So, trying to do the right thing in their lives. If they need help, they know where to turn to, and that's a major role. You know what I mean? And just knowing what the organization did for me and my family is just beyond any recognition that you can give anybody.
I'm Specialist Walton, and I was in Korea, the Yongsan base in Korea for 12 months. My wife decided that she wanted to get divorced and didn't want to keep the dog. So she gave him away to a friend of her brother's. And so my parents tracked him down and then found you guys. I've had him since he was about 8 weeks old. It's important to get him back because he's like my buddy, I'd take him on errands and to the park. Pretty much everywhere I went, if I could take him with me, he would ride along or walk along and all that stuff. So he's a great dog, helping me out, so hopefully he recognizes me when I get in there.
Buddy! What's up, dude? Oh, what's going on? Who is it? Hey, buddy. Oh, it's my boy. Who is it?
How did you guys find out about PACT?
I found out from a friend of mine who is a military brat, and she thought it would be a good fit for us because it would allow me to have the dog during the school year. I had to check with my neighbor behind me because she does fosters also for little dogs, and she was okay with it, of course, one foster to another. And he was probably the star of the neighborhood for a lot of times. Anytime we went out with a walk for him, like everybody was like, oh, he's so big, he's so friendly. So he got a good reception from the neighbors.
Yeah, whenever I'm walking, everyone just like looks at him. All they do is just look, and all the dogs go crazy, and he doesn't do a thing because he's good with dogs. And all the kids are like, oh my God, he's so big. It's great, really. Just like, yeah, he's our dog. Yeah. I love it.
I was smiling the entire time. I was just like, he's really excited.
It's heartwarming. It was good to see him back, but he will.
Mission is to help people that really love their animals, mostly dogs, but we've done some cats, and they have a personal emergency. Most have been deployments in this country or overseas. We've done a lot with children in hospitals. The children in the hospitals have usually had major problems, cancer, brain surgery, heart surgery. Now we're doing adults in hospitals also. We're doing them for people that really love their animals, have nowhere to leave them, will be out of commission in the hospital or overseas for at least a couple months up to 2 years, and we give them total peace of mind because we put that animal matched up with a loving home, just like the home that you're seeing now with Phyllis and Eddie and Anna. And I mean, it's just a wonderful situation. Everybody wins. The animal's life is saved, and the people have a fantastic time. And the dog has a great time. Let me not forget that. Aries fell in love here, so now he's got one semi-owner and one permanent owner, or one foster family forever.
It's the most wonderful part of this organization, being able to see somebody who thought that they were going to lose their best friend, somebody whose only other option was a shelter or adoption to a stranger, and never seeing their pet that they've had for years. Adam's had Aries for 4 years. I've seen people on this organization that had their pets for 8 or 12, and to see them be able to hug their best friend again after months away is absolutely the most beautiful feeling in the world. And then to see the pet, Aries, who has been loving it here, but then to see his dad come home for him is the one thing that he's wanted for months. It brings tears to your eyes every time. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great service. They really helped me out a lot. Obviously, I was pretty helpless when it came to trying to keep Aries, and just the whole everything really helped me out.
We liked PAC and we loved Aries.
It's a great organization, really. You can meet different dogs and you can experience them all. Really, I like it a lot.
I like that we give the soldiers peace of mind when their dog is safe when they're away.
Yeah. Are you gonna cry?
No.
Oh. There's tears in my eyes.
I love being a part of it. I really hope that more people learn about us and join with us to help create an absolutely unstoppable movement of people taking care of their pets and people helping other people take care of the animals that we love.
When members of our armed forces learn they will be deployed overseas, a lot has to be taken care of before they take off. And one of the tasks, finding someone to take care of their pets.
Yeah, but often there's no family or close friend nearby to help out. But as our Erica Von Teal discovered, there's a charity in our area that's solving that problem.
Animal lovers know our four-legged friends are a part of the family.
Hey, buddy. Oh, yeah, they're my babies because I don't have kids and my family is back home, so they're what I have.
Now, Major Kelly Harris is far from her babies, Cato and Carmen, after getting deployed to the Middle East for 9 months. Before she left, she had a dilemma many serving our country face. What do you do with your beloved pets while you're away?
I started finding out that a lot of military people were crying their eyes out, leaving dogs at shelters, and they have no other alternative because the average deployment's a year. And it isn't easy to find somebody that's willing to take care of your dog for a year.
But leave it to Buzz Miller to find those loving homes. He founded Pact for Animals to pair service members' pets up with foster homes at no cost.
We want to give those people overseas the comfort that their animals that they love and desperately don't want to give to a shelter are being well taken care of.
At the 11th hour, Pact and Major Harris found each other and the Smiths.
What a good boy you are!
She dropped her 2 sweet pit bulls off with Patrice and Maxwell back in January before she deployed.
She was getting ready to leave and she was tearing up. And I said, "Are you going to cry all the way home?" And she said, "Yes, but I'll be able to sleep tonight."
Since then, the Smiths have emailed her pictures of Cato and Carmen and given her updates on their daily activities, down to how many squirrels they chased in the yard. Small details that set Major Harris's mind at ease.
Knowing that they're comfortable, they're safe, they're loved. So I'm really, really lucky to have found such a loving family for them to go to.
Oh, yes.
And soon she'll be back home. You can guess what her first stop will be.
Oh, I'm going to see my babies. Yeah, as soon as I get my car, I'm going to see the Smiths. That's the first thing.
There's nothing like a family reunion, four-legged or otherwise. Erica Von Teal, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
And our pets are our family. There's no doubt about that. That's a great program.
I love what she said. She'll cry all the way home, but she'll sleep at night.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great
I hear you. That's a great
All right.
program. Great program.
Yeah, you can find out more about that program on our website, cbsphilly.com. Get more information on Pact for Animals.
Reunions like this between a soldier returning from war and his devoted dog are so heartwarming and highlight the unbreakable bond. Army Specialist Bryce Beheimer, who adopted his canine companion Cabela from a shelter, can relate.
When we got her, I actually walked through a kennel and I saw this little ball of red and I was like, oh, coming home with me. I mean, so her and I have an attachment. She's definitely my dog.
So it wasn't easy for Bryce to leave Cabela when he was deployed to Afghanistan.
I'm a Black Hawk crew chief. We were the ones going in and picking up patients. You know, they would call in, we have an injured soldier, and we'd go get them out in the battlefield, bring them back, make sure they got the care they needed.
But soon after Bryce left for his tour of duty, his wife Rachel and Cabela were evicted from their apartment after the rules changed regarding having pit bulls.
So I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm not giving her up. That's not gonna happen. She was in a kennel for 2 weeks because I had nowhere to take her, and I felt horrible.
Rachel turned to the internet, and that's where she found Pact, a nonprofit organization that finds foster families for military pets. Buzz Miller, a passionate animal advocate, created the program.
And they can't take care of their animals, and they love their animals, and we're there to provide a safe haven for the animals because it comes down to a shelter or us.
There are so many military families that have to give their dogs up because of deployments.
This is my life and I love it. I mean, we have saved so many animals.
There's a tremendous need for foster families, so when the Woolgen family heard about the program, they were eager to help out. Carefully screened by Pact, they happily fostered Cabela while Bryce was overseas.
We felt like they were helping us out by serving our country, so we wanted to help them out by making sure that when they came home from a very hard situation, that they could be reunited with their pet.
It was a huge relief.
The best part about it was I kept getting emails while I was deployed, and it was pictures of her and the kids and everybody and the dogs out back running around.
Cabela, who was still a puppy at the time, made herself quite at home with Tori, Josh, their 4 children, and their furry family members.
She really fit right in. Everybody could walk her. She slept with our daughter every night.
She just slept at the end of my bed and she kept on scooching up till she got up to the pillow.
She really likes me and I like her too.
Just having her, she was just so much fun.
While fostering a pet for a military service member involves time, hard work, and commitment, that's really the easy part. The toughest part is having to give the dog back. Right, guys?
Yep.
It was crazy hard. I mean, the entire family was in tears when Cabela and Rachel and Bryce left.
But it was super rewarding, and the Woolgens say they'll do it all over again for another member of the military.
I think we feel really, really good about it.
It was great coming home and seeing her again. It was just awesome.
Equally awesome, the special friendship between the Woljens and Bryce, Rachel, and of course, Cabela and Flash. Dawn Timoney, Fox 29 News.
Well, each day in our region, thousands of children are dealing with devastating illnesses, keeping them from enjoying everyday things back at their house or in the hospital.
So this is an organization that is just helping the families when they have such a difficult time. Dawn did a profile of these families. Dawn, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, you don't realize that sometimes when people have gravely ill children, they have so much on their plate. It can be so overwhelming. And sometimes a little help from strangers goes a long way.
We're going to get out. Yes, we are.
Elizabeth Body sure loves this little Yorkie puppy named Luna Star.
Yes, we do love people.
They've been constant companions for almost 4 months.
The potty training was interesting.
Elizabeth, who's retired, says normally she wouldn't have taken on a puppy, but these were extenuating circumstances.
Yes.
You see, Elizabeth has actually been fostering Luna for 4-year-old Sarah Marie Kohler while she was undergoing treatment for a rare form of leukemia.
I just thought it was something I couldn't say no to.
Sarah Marie's family says they got her a puppy because that's all she ever talked about, and her condition was deteriorating.
When they took her down to CHOP, they told us that she had basically less than 15%, about 15-20% chance of surviving.
She was at the point, though, where she had an infection, and we weren't sure if she was going to make it. They took her all the way to the brink of death. We were scared, and we were trying to fulfill everything she possibly wanted.
Sarah Marie pulled through, but then doctors determined she needed a bone marrow transplant. Her family was at the hospital 24/7 and realized they needed to find Luna a temporary home quickly. Enter Buzz Miller, founder of PACT, an organization that finds good foster homes for pets for members of the military and families who are facing dire circumstances.
We sometimes will get a call, and we've done them in 3 hours. We get the call, we get a perfect match.
Buzz is Superman. He came through.
Now, after battling through all the bad stuff, it's time for this little girl to be reunited with her precious pup.
You are a sweetie, aren't you?
And meet the woman who took such wonderful care of Luna.
You excited?
Yes, excited.
Yeah, it's been a long time. There she is.
Hi.
It's Luna. Hey, baby.
Hi, Luna.
Oh, she's so happy to see you.
And Sarah Marie is super happy to see her frisky little friend.
I love you, Mom.
A pint-sized pooch provides the perfect medicine that can't be found in a doctor's bag. One that makes Sarah Marie feel good all over.
It's so nice to meet you. And I'm so glad you're feeling better. And you have your puppy back?
And look how happy she is now. We plan on spending many more days with Sarah and the puppy and just having a good time, being a family again.
It was terrible, but she is doing awesome.
Sarah Marie is well on the road to recovery. And while it has been a bumpy one for this family, they've made some special new friends along the way.
There's no way you put a price on it, Dawn.
How about that?
Great
I know.
Oh my goodness.
The dog is keeping a smile on her face. It's helping her in her recovery. It's bringing the whole family together. And Elizabeth, she wasn't sure what she got into initially because she's retired and she felt like she had to say yes, but she says she'd do it again.
For another family.
For another family, but she says no puppies this time.
But she said the potty training and all that. But what a great idea.
Yeah. And there's a lot of families who have sick children in CHOP and St. Christopher's, and PACT can help them.
I didn't know that existed. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That was great.
All right.
Morning, everyone. When a soldier answers a call to duty, many try to find a home for the four-legged companions that they leave behind.
PACT for Animals finds a temporary home for the pets until their human companions can come home.
Hey, come here. Hey, baby.
A dog's welcome home is enough to make anyone feel like a hero, but when you're a real-life hero away from home for months, that first cuddle is all the more powerful.
Hey, boy. Hey, girl.
Major Kelly Harris's first thought when she arrived back home?
Oh, I can't wait to see my dogs. Yeah. I was really excited to see him, especially Carmen, because she was sick.
She was diagnosed with lymphoma in July, while Major Harris was thousands of miles away in Afghanistan.
It was hard, but I knew she was with family, so it was okay. day.
I know.
This is the family she's talking about, Patrice and Max Smith. Just months ago, they were strangers who connected with Major Harris and her 2 dogs, Cato and Carmen, through PACT. It's a nonprofit that pairs service members' pets with loving homes while they're overseas.
I'll miss them. It's going to be very, very quiet. But they'll be with Mommy. So that's the whole point.
It was Patrice who discovered a lump on Carmen while scratching her neck.
It's much worse when it's somebody else's dog because you feel a huge responsibility. I'm just glad. I'm glad. And everything's working out, and I've fallen in love now with pit bulls.
Everything did work out. Carmen's in remission and back home with her mom, who has a message for the Smiths.
I just want to say thank you. It meant a lot. You know, you really helped me out in a bad situation, and I will be forever grateful. They'll definitely be a part of our lives for a long time. Thank you.
Wow, I'm feeling that on so many levels.
And on Veterans Day, we say thank you as well to those who've served.
Indeed.
And it's great to see that they're back together. And I'm told that Kelly is spending Thanksgiving with the Smiths.
Oh, beautiful.
So it'll be another doggy reunion for everyone. And
Indeed, that's great. It's a family. There's no doubt about it. It is a family.
Meet Sheba. This 12-year-old pit bull has been living at Stony Creek Veterinary Hospital for 6 months.
Good girl.
She's an absolute sweetheart, a complete about-face from the bitter cold February night when she was first brought in.
So aggressive where we couldn't even walk up to the cage. She was just going at the door, lunging and trying to bite us.
Sheba had never been separated from her owner, Anthony Weatherly, and was extremely fearful and protective. The two were found living in squalor, in a box, inside this Chester garage, which has since been fixed up. It was the dead of winter, and Anthony feared they might just end up in the cemetery across the alley.
Living in the dark with air flying in all night, and it was cold, wasn't the word, man. And sleeping on the floor, on a concrete floor, freezing. And my final prayer every night was to pray that we would wake up the next morning and one of us wouldn't be frozen.
The Veterans Affairs Homeless Outreach Program was trying to get Anthony help and into a shelter, but no dogs allowed, and Anthony wouldn't budge without knowing Sheba had somewhere safe to go.
When we'd be like sleeping outside, like in the cars and stuff, I would wake up, man, she'd be like right over top of me. Her and I really came in close, like for that last year when we were out here, because that was all we had was each other.
Buzz Miller from PACT was called to the rescue. Buzz founded and runs the nonprofit which helps find foster families for veterans' pets while they're serving overseas. He tried to place Sheba in a doggy daycare until he could find a foster home, but
4 different phone calls saying, you got to get this dog out of here. Nobody could get near him. Nobody could feed him. And meanwhile, we're having one of the major snowstorms of the winter of 2013 and 14. For a couple of days, we find a dog at the home. We had no idea that no human being could get near her except for Anthony.
That's when Buzz turned to Dr. Jennifer Johnson of Stony Creek Veterinary Hospital.
And Anthony came in and he was cold and dirty and not in the right frame of mind, and Sheba wouldn't leave his side. Seeing Anthony and the condition he was in and how horrible it was, we had to do something.
Dr. Jen agreed to take the dog in and give Sheba the necessary and long overdue medical attention she so desperately needed. Gradually, with lots of love and treats from the staff, Sheba came around.
Sheba got nicer and nicer and sweeter.
Want more treats?
Knowing Sheba was in good hands, Anthony was finally able to get the help he needed. The 54-year-old was dealing with a host of issues, including major depression, memory lapses, blackouts, and other medical and psychological problems. He says much of it stemming from the time when he was deployed in the Persian Gulf.
Since I've been back, I didn't know what the symptoms of PTSD, of depression, of readjustment was. I just thought that I was just going through something. And 20 years later, I realized I wasn't able to get out of that.
Anthony turned to the Coatesville Veterans Affairs Medical Center for treatment.
It changed everything. It changed me, it changed all my...